If someone threw away their money, we would think that person was not in their right mind. And yet, every day we see others and ourselves throwing away something much more valuable: our time. Our time is limited, but only short if we waste it. Seneca said about this: "It is not that we have a short space of time, but that we waste much of it. Life is long enough, and it has been given in sufficiently generous measure to allow the accomplishment of the very greatest things if the whole of it is well invested. So it is. The life we receive is not short, but we make it so, nor do we have any lack of it, but are wasteful of it." Seneca likewise reminds us to live in the here and now and not to seek our happiness in the future, thus wasting a large part of our lives thinking that we will only be happy when we possess this or that or have achieved a certain goal. He wrote, "Can anything be sillier than the point of view of certain people? I mean, those who boast of their foresight. They keep themselves very busily engaged in order that they may be able to live better. They spend life in making ready to live. They form their purposes with a view to the distant future. Yet, postponement is the greatest waste of life. It deprives them of each day as it comes. It snatches from them the present by promising something hereafter. How short life is, or rather, how wasteful we have been with our time, we often realize only in old age." Seneca wrote, "Decrepit old men beg in their prayers for the addition of a few more years. They pretend that they are younger than they are. They comfort themselves with a falsehood and are as pleased to deceive themselves as if they deceived fate at the same time. But when at last some infirmity has reminded them of their mortality, in what terror do they die, feeling that they are being dragged out of life, and not merely leaving it. They cry out that they have been fools, because they have not really lived, and that they will live henceforth in leisure if only they escape from this illness. Then at last they reflect how uselessly they have striven for things which they did not enjoy, and how all their toil has gone for nothing. Wouldn't it be better if we didn't realize how short and valuable our time and therefore our life is, only at an advanced age or on our deathbed? Many people say yes far too often to unimportant matters and postpone important matters to the future, forgetting that we will die at some point and will no longer have time for them. Here, we can counteract by thinking about our own mortality. For the Stoics, reflecting on death was an important philosophical and spiritual exercise in appreciating life and making the most of the time we have to live. This exercise helps us to feel more gratitude and appreciation for the life we have been given. This exercise has been called memento mori, which means remember that you are mortal. According to Seneca, the reason why we waste so much time is not necessarily because we manage our time poorly, but because we often forget that we are mortal. The further we see our death in the distant future, the more likely we are to take today and our lives for granted, thus wasting precious time. Seneca wrote in this regard, "You live as if you were destined to live forever. No thought of your frailty ever enters your head. Of how much time has already gone by you take no heed. You squander time as if you drew from a full and abundant supply, though all the while that day which you bestow on some person or thing is perhaps your last." The way we live our lives is strongly influenced by our perception of our mortality. Most of us postpone personal, important matters to the future. These can be all kinds of life desires, be it to quit the current unsatisfying job and apply for your dream job, to start a new hobby, to spend more time with your family, to start a business, or to support a social project. if you think about it more closely, there is also a certain arrogance in constantly postponing matters that are important to us until the future, since we have no certainty that we will live to see that future. Seneca wrote, "You will hear many men saying, 'After my 50th year, I shall retire into leisure. My 60th year shall release me from public duties.' And what guarantee, pray, have you that your life will last longer? Who will suffer your course to be just as you plan it? Are you not ashamed to reserve for yourself only the remnant of life and to set apart for wisdom only that time which cannot be devoted to any business? How late it is to begin to live just when we must cease to live. What foolish forgetfulness of mortality to postpone wholesome plans to the 50th and 60th year, and to intend to begin life at a point to which few have attained. The practice of memento mori serves as a constant reminder to us that nothing lasts forever. If we don't live for the moment and keep putting off matters which are important to us until the uncertain future, chances are we will never do them. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, and more importantly, share the video with someone who can benefit from this content. Thank you and stay inspired.